Feeling stuck in your career? Want to live and work in Australia, one of the most beautiful and exciting countries in the world? Then the Subclass 482 visa might be your perfect chance. While standard processing can take as little as 9 days, the typical range is 9 days to around 2 months, so let's be realistic with our expectations. But stick around, because this program's benefits are outstanding for foreign skilled workers looking to get established in Australia. Let's start by highlighting the biggest draws that make this visa so valuable. Number 1, you're virtually guaranteed a minimum salary of $70,000 per year. For many skilled occupations like engineers, software developers, tradespeople, and more, that minimum pay is often over $100,000, a very lucrative opportunity. Secondly, you can bring your immediate family members, including spouse and dependent children. They'll also receive full work rights on this visa. And perhaps the most exciting part, eligibility to apply for coveted permanent residency after just 2 to 3 years of relevant work experience in Australia on this visa. While the recent update allowing permanent residency after only 2 years isn't officially confirmed yet, it's looking extremely promising based on the latest government messaging. Other great benefits are no age limit restrictions, the ability to study at Australian institutions while working, and up to a 4-year initial visa validity with options to extend. It's also a multiple entry visa, so you can travel between Australia and home as needed. For some quick background, Australia's immigration system has around 40 different visa subclasses spanning short-term visitors, temporary work, and permanent migration pathways. The Subclass 482 visa we're focusing on today is a skilled work visa category specifically designed to fill valued employment needs across the country. Stream comparison. It has 2 main streams for application, the short-term stream and medium-term stream. Here's a side-by-side comparison. As you can see, the medium-term stream is for a longer 4-year period, but does involve higher upfront fees. However, both allow Hong Kong passport holders an extended validity period of the 5 years total. You'll need to assess your own situation to determine which stream is most appropriate. Eligibility. To qualify for the Subclass 482, there are several key eligibility requirements. First is a minimum of 2 years of direct, relevant, and paid work experience in your skilled occupation. This experience must have been gained after completing any required qualifications. Next is providing a clean police clearance certificate for each country you've resided in for 12 months or more over the last 10 years. For the English requirements, it's quite achievable even without being a native speaker. For many occupations, just a basic CLB 5 level is needed, which simply involves scoring 5s across categories like listening, speaking, reading, and writing through an approved test. However, if you completed at least 5 years of full-time secondary education or higher with English as the primary language of instruction, no separate language test is required as long as you can provide official transcripts proving this. Finally, your passport must have at least 6 months of remaining validity at the time of application, though renewal is highly recommended if you have less than 1 year of validity left. Applying. The critical first step in the application process is securing a job offer from an Australian employer approved for standard business sponsorship. This sponsorship allows companies to sponsor skilled foreign workers like yourself for roles they're struggling to fill locally. The sponsorship process itself can take a couple of weeks for the employer to complete, but once you have that locked in, it won't affect your visa processing timeline, which can be incredibly fast as we covered earlier. In terms of eligible occupations, there are over 200 different ones qualified across both the short-term and medium-term streams of this visa. It spans numerous trades like plumbers, electricians, and mechanics, as well as professional roles like accountants, engineers, IT professionals, managers, and more. You can find the full list of occupations along with updating easily on the Australian government's immigration website that I've linked in the description. Job search. To maximize your chances of landing one of these sponsoring employers, you'll want to utilize the major Australian job search platforms like Seek, Career.on, and Indeed. The key is to filter for jobs that are open to overseas visa candidates with clear sponsorship opportunities. I've put together an Australian resume template, following all the local format and content guidelines to give you the best chance of succeeding. You can download that for free using the link in the video description. Apply to as many roles as possible that are a match for your background and occupation. Having an Australian formatted resume and cover letter will make your application stand out. Application process. Once you have that coveted job offer secured with visa sponsorship, the application process is very straightforward from there. You'll start by providing documentation like detailed work experience and qualifications, undergoing any required skills assessments, English tests if needed based on your educational background, and standard visa medical checks. You'll also need to submit information on any dependents you're including like spouse and children, proof of family relationships, English ability, police clearances, and other checks may be required as well. From there, you'll simply apply online through the official channels and await update on the processing status. While uncommon, there's always a possibility that additional information or documents could be requested to finalize the application. However, if you've submitted everything accurately up front, approval can realistically happen in under 2 weeks for this visa in many cases, a major advantage over other skilled migration pathways. You'll receive official confirmation with details like your visa grant number, validity start and end dates, and the full conditions. Be sure to keep printed copies of this approval for a smooth arrival process when checking into Australia. In the relatively rare cases of visa denial, you'll receive written notification on the specific reasons behind the refusal decision. This will include guidance on any options for appeal or reapplication as well. There you have it, folks. A comprehensive guide on this exceptional opportunity for skilled foreign workers to live, work, and become permanent residents of Australia through the Subclass 482 visa program, with benefits like a guaranteed high minimum salary, family sponsorship, potential permanent residency in as little as 2 years, no age restrictions, study rights, multiple entries, and more. It's an incredibly valuable pathway if your occupation is on the eligible skills list. I've included a link in the description to easily check that official occupations list and download the Australian resume template to give yourself the best chance. After updating your resume, apply widely to any sponsoring roles, matching your background through big job boards like Seek, CareerOn, and Indeed. Follow the straightforward application process, and you can realistically receive a 482 visa grant in under 2 weeks to kickstart your new life and career in Australia. What are you waiting for? Check those links, subscribe for more migration updates, and let's get started on your Australian dream.